You know, sometimes the greatest blessing you'll ever receive comes wrapped in the disguise of rejection. We don't see it in the moment because rejection feels personal. It feels like failure, like the world just told us we're not enough. But what if it's not punishment? What if it's direction? Every closed door isn't the end of the hallway. Sometimes it's a sign saying, not this way. I've got something better ahead. When people tell you no, it's easy to take it as a verdict, but you've got to reframe it. That no might be saving you from something that wasn't built for you. Sometimes the opportunity you lose is the one that would have limited your growth. And if you're not careful, you'll start chasing validation instead of purpose. See, the danger of needing everyone to believe in you is that you give them power over your destiny. The truth is, rejection refines us. It sharpens our vision, humbles our ego, and strengthens our resolve. It forces us to go inward, to ask, why do I want this? What am I really made of? That's where transformation begins. Growth doesn't happen in applause, it happens in silence, in solitude, in those moments when you're forced to believe without proof. So the next time someone counts you out, smile, because they just confirm that you're not meant to fit in, you're meant to break through. Since rejection isn't the end, it's the redirection that leads you to purpose. You ever notice how the word no has a way of echoing louder than all the yeses you've ever heard? Rejection cuts deep. Not because it defines us, but because it exposes what we believe about ourselves. When someone shuts a door in your face, the easy reaction is to take it as a verdict. But sometimes that no isn't rejection at all. It's redirection. It's the universe, God, life, whatever name you give it, steering you away from what would have distracted you from your true path. See, most people think rejection means something's wrong with them. But the truth is, rejection often means something bigger is right around the corner, and you weren't meant to settle for less. Every disappointment is a conversation between destiny and patience. You can either let the no shrink your faith, or you can let it stretch your vision. And here's the thing, people can only see you through the lens of their own limitations. So when they tell you what you can't do, they're really describing the limits of their own imagination, not yours. Don't take it personally. Take it as a signal to dig deeper, to push further, to find out what you're truly capable of. Because in the end, rejection isn't there to stop you. It's there to strengthen you, to clarify your direction, and to prepare you for what's next. Faith and fear are two forces that can't occupy the same space. One believes in possibility, the other worships doubt. The moment you let fear drive your decisions, faith quietly steps aside. But when you choose to believe, not because the odds make sense, not because the path is clear, but because something inside you says keep going, that's when everything begins to shift. Faith isn't blind optimism. It's not pretending things are fine when they're falling apart. It's the deep, unshakable conviction that there's meaning in the chaos, that even the struggle is shaping you into who you're meant to become. Fear whispers, what if you fail? Faith answers, what if this is how you grow? See, fear will always show up when you're about to level up. It's a sign you're stepping into territory bigger than your comfort zone. But fear only has the power you give it. You can feed it with doubt, or you can starve it with belief. The difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck isn't talent, it's faith. The belief that even when you can't see the staircase, you take the first step anyway, because faith doesn't need proof to move. It moves, and proof shows up later. Belief is the foundation of everything you will ever become, not the belief others have in you. That comes and goes. But the belief you cultivate within yourself when the lights are off and the applause has faded. See, most people wait for external validation to start moving. They need someone to say, you've got this, before they take a step. But the truth is, the world doesn't hand out permission slips for greatness. You have to write your own. When nobody believes in you, it's not a curse. It's an invitation to discover what you're really made of. Because self-belief isn't built in comfort, it's built in conflict. It's forged in those moments when you doubt your worth, yet you decide to keep going anyway. That decision, that quiet, stubborn choice to believe, becomes your power. Philosophically speaking, belief is creation. You believe first, then you act, and the world rearranges itself around that conviction. The mind doesn't follow reality, reality follows the mind. So if you keep telling yourself you're not enough, you'll live inside that limitation. But if you dare to believe that you are capable, worthy, destined, even when there's no evidence, life will begin to mirror that truth. Self-belief is not arrogance, it's alignment. It's knowing who you are and refusing to let circumstance rewrite your identity. You learn who you are when nobody's watching. It's easy to look confident when the cameras are on, when the crowd is cheering, when success is in the air. But the real test of character happens in silence, in those long nights when it's just you, your thoughts, and your doubts. That's where resilience is born. Because resilience isn't built by recognition, it's built by repetition. It's the quiet discipline of showing up again and again, even when nobody seems to notice or care. The world glorifies results, but it's the unseen effort that creates them. Every artist, every leader, every success story has a chapter the public never saw. The chapter of uncertainty, loneliness, and persistence. The human mind is wired to crave validation, but true growth happens when you detach from needing it. When you learn to keep pushing, not because someone's clapping for you, but because you know your purpose demands it. There's a psychological shift that happens in solitude. The noise fades, and you're left face to face with your will. That's when you realize that resilience isn't about toughness, it's about faithfulness. Faithfulness to the vision, to the work, to yourself. So don't fear the quiet seasons, don't rush through them. That's where you're being refined. That's where strength finds its shape and destiny begins to breathe. That pain has a strange way of being both the enemy and the teacher. Nobody wants to suffer, but every person who's ever achieved something meaningful has walked through it. Pain isn't always punishment, sometimes it's preparation. It strips away your illusions, exposes your weaknesses, and forces you to face parts of yourself that comfort would have kept hidden. See, growth and comfort can't coexist. One must give way for the other to thrive. When life hurts, your instinct is to escape it, to look for shortcuts, to numb it. But what if the very thing you're trying to run from is the thing designed to build you? There's power in enduring with awareness, not just pushing through, but understanding what the struggle is teaching you. Psychologically, pain creates focus. It collapses distraction. It makes you look inward, forcing you to anchor yourself in purpose rather than pleasure. And purpose transforms pain. When you attach meaning to your struggle, it stops breaking you and starts shaping you. Every scar becomes a signature, proof that you survived, that you endured, that you refused to quit. It's not about enjoying the pain, it's about trusting what it's producing. Vision is the compass that keeps you moving when the world is trying to pull you off course. It's easy to get lost in criticism, doubt, or the noise of people telling you who you should be. But those voices are distractions. They don't dictate your path, your vision does. The mind has a way of aligning reality with what it consistently sees. If your focus is clear, if your intention is unwavering, the world eventually adjusts to match it. That's the power of having a vision. Without vision, effort becomes scattered. You work hard, but you go nowhere. You fight battles that aren't yours, and you measure success by other people's rules. But when you see where you're going, even the obstacles become signposts. Even the failures teach you something. Every setback is simply feedback. Every delay a lesson in patience. Every no a chance to refine the course. Vision allows you to filter what matters from what doesn't, to keep your energy aligned with your purpose rather than dispersed on distractions. Philosophically, vision transforms mere action into legacy. It turns repetitive effort into momentum and struggle into strategy. People without vision drift. People with vision lead. And the remarkable thing is, vision doesn't have to be fully formed at the start. It grows as you grow. What matters is that you commit to seeing what others can't yet see, and that you move toward it relentlessly. Your vision is not just a dream, it's the blueprint for the life only you can create.